Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Chall, and today Chall Chats Theme Parks. Now then, the Alton Towers Resort is one of Britain's best theme parks. It's one of the top leading parks in the country, and it's also Britain's greatest escape. We know that the Nemesis refurbishment construction project for 2024 is approaching its natural conclusion. With track finished and testing just months away, the Nemesis will be reborn in a matter of months. However, we have to look further into 2025 for the next major project. So the year after Nemesis's refurbishment construction project is open, we're going to be seeing the opening of a brand new project. Now, this will be taking place in between the Alton Towers Dungeon and the World of David Williams, in an area of the park that hasn't been used for any roller coaster development for over 30 years. So then, let's discuss Project Horizon in this video. It's a huge video, so sit back, relax, get your Coke, get your popcorn, treat it like the cinema, and enjoy the show. So before we get started, make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell to this YouTube video. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers and 500,000 views. Also, guys, make sure you do send in your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Are you excited for this project? Make sure you comment down below the other videos as well. We've got some great videos that have gone out recently. We've got an update on F-Telling and their Rapids Piranha. We've also got an update from Iron Menace and the analysis of Iron Menace at Dorney Park with an interview from Ryan Eldridge, the Public Relations and Communications Manager at Dorney Park. So shout out to him for that video, and please go and check it out. We're going to have plenty more content coming over this week as well, so stay tuned for that. And for now, guys, let's have a look at exactly what is going on with Project Horizon at the moment at Alton Towers Resort, share with you everything we know, the site history, and also talk to you about a couple of possibilities to what I think the type of attraction it could be. So let's start off then with some site history. So then, in 1981, as part of the park's expansion, a large area of woodland behind Talbot Street was cleared to make way for a pair of extra coach parks, but the four-man boat coaster was introduced in 1985 over one corner of Coach Park number 2 and was behind, directly, the Talbot Theatre. In 1988, Coach Park number 3, which was located in between Adventureland and 411 and the Flag Tower, was home to the first of the Alton Beast, and then a month later, the Alton Mouse. The four-man bob was one of Tucson's first removed rides back in 1990, with the Alton Mouse removed altogether in 1991 also. The area, famously known as Coaster Corner, remained derelict of any rides and attractions for over 30 years, with the Twirling Toadstool and Flavio's Fantastic Fandango as part of World of David Williams being the nearest attractions to the site since the coaster's closure. So this Coaster Corner was an iconic area of the park during the mid 80s to 90s, and like I said, it remained that way for 30 years. Just, for over 30 years, just remained derelict of any ride activity. Like I said, the Twirling Toadstool, which was originally the Ugg Swinger, moved from Ugland into Cloud Cuckoo Land, then known as Cloud Cuckoo Land in 2009, was the nearest attraction. Obviously, I think the bouncing bugs were around at one point as well. Flavio's Fantastic Fandangos was obviously the most recent one. That was sort of right next to the Cloud Cuckoo Land Theatre. Of course, that used to be Ice Age 4D. That used to be known as the Talbot Theatre. So that was kind of the nearest attraction to that site. However, we've now got this site that's been open, ready for development, and it's going to be a brand new indoor attraction, most likely, in this case, a roller coaster. There isn't official confirmation of a roller coaster, however, with everything seen in the plans, it's definitely hinting towards a new roller coaster, and definitely things in the planning documents that hint towards a new roller coaster rather than a new just dark ride or attraction in itself. Now then, we first of all have to discuss Flavio's Fantastic Fandangos, because what will be the ride's future? I, in my opinion, would like to see that attraction fully themed up and moved, either just kept as it is and just themed up a bit more, or I'd like to see it become part of the plaza area. So maybe if they built the fence to block off the area from the entrance plaza to the area around that attraction, and have the queue line and the entrance and the exit sort of facing the opposite direction towards the area, maybe to make it become part of the area. Who knows if the actual theatre could be part of the area as well from the planning applications? It doesn't seem like it. However, it's something they could look into in the future. Now then, let's look into what will happen with this attraction and what is expected to happen within the area of what we know so far. So here is everything we know so far about Project Horizon. A new attraction building is being proposed for the area to the west of the World David Williams and the Alton Towers dungeon. This investment with the plaza and the attraction would also, a bit of interesting facts here, would mark the first completely new land, rather than rethemed, to be added to Alton Towers in over 30 years. The last completely new area, I believe, was Thunder Valley in 1992, which of course became Forbidden Valley in 1994. So that was the kind of the sort of latest of the completely new lands. You know, we're not talking about rethemes here. We've got plenty of rethemed lands. You know, Mutiny Bay used to be known as Merry England. CBeebies Land used to be known as Old MacDonald's Farmyard. X Sector used to be known as Fantasy World. Adventureland used to be known by many other different names. Katanga Canyon, you know, many people think Katanga Canyon, but Katanga Canyon was actually a main area of the park, and it was Katanga Canyon and Gloomy Wood that was added in 1992, and Katanga Canyon kind of split off from the Merry England style area under a previous name. So of course, it was split into two areas, and of course, Katanga Canyon was the newest of the area in that kind of section of the area. So Thunder Valley was sort of the latest of the completely new areas of the park. So it's a new land, a completely new area of the park for the first time in over 30 years, which is historic for Alton Towers Resort. The attraction building itself will be located in the western part of the site, so it'll be right at the back, not right next to the theatre, but it will sort of be along the same lines in terms of how far back it will go. Now, this will be approximately 71 metres in length, 46 metres in width, and 19.4 metres in height. That was the original planning application. There was sort of talk during the planning stages that they did agree to reduce the height by a couple of feet or a few feet. However, they couldn't reduce it by like any more because of the fact that of what they're building. Now, a smaller building extending from the eastern elevation of the main building, 40 metres by 10 metres, is also been proposed. A themed feature will be installed on this same elevation, which faces into the theme park, and a proposed plaza area incorporating a large angled arch having additional colours and theming. The entrance to the attraction's queue line will be on the southwestern edge of the plaza area. So if you think about this area for this attraction, about where this is basically going to go, and the planning image is on your screen, so you see where it says entrance feature on the planning image. Obviously, you'll enter through there. That is literally right in between Alton Towers Dungeon and the kind of World of David Williams kind of area opening section. And you walk through this new path, this brand new porous paving. And you've got this whole plaza area. You see, obviously, the different paths there. You've got the attraction building. This is a huge attraction. This is honestly a huge attraction. So this will be right far back from the Cloud Cuckoo Land Theatre. You've obviously got the 3 queue lines. I can only assume at this stage it's main queue, fast track, and single rider, potentially. Or probably, it's probably going to be main queue, fast track, and probably a disabled queue. Obviously, there is 2 shorter ones, and as well as the main one. So you never know. You could see. Obviously, I think the longer queue that outstretches to the left of to the downward side of the page. You can see that being the main queue of the ride, with how long it is, and the other 2 being shorter. With fast track, and of course, you've got the potential disabled queue there. Obviously, you've got the exit path on the other side, so it looks like you go through this entrance feature in the middle at the front, and then exit round the side. Obviously, there is space there. There is obviously a bit of space at the front, so could we see some nice shrubbery, some nice greenage there. Obviously, you'll see some new woodland trees, including Scots pine, beech, lime, yew, suar, ross, and Wellinjanina, I think that's how it's pronounced. Those are like different types of shrubbery and trees, etc. So you've got the main attraction building, the indoor attraction building. This is a huge building, by the way. This is a huge building. And you see, obviously, the plaza area is quite nice. Obviously, this, like I said, this could be a completely new area of the park. And you look how far back it is from the Coca-Cola Theatre. This could be right at the back of the park, or right at the back of that section, so we say. And you'll have this kind of long, this winding path through to the attraction. Now then, the new entrance portal features measuring 6 meters by 1 meter with a height of 5 meters, signifying guest arrival to the attraction, will be located in the eastern part of the site, providing guest access from the existing theme park by the landing between the Alton Towers Dungeon and the World of David Williams. The documents submitted refer to the development as having a total construction cost in the region of £12.5 million. The building would not have a water supply, seemingly ruling any type of water effects or water ride. So it looks like it's going to be, like I said, I think it's highly likely it's going to be a brand new dark roller coaster. Let's go on about some potential types of dark rides that we could see in this park, and let's see exactly what kind of attractions we could see the park create in this building. So option number 1, in my opinion, is an Intamin multidimensional roller coaster. Now I know what some people are thinking. Chall, 13 is an Intamin multidimensional coaster in a way because it's got that special element inside the ride. I won't spoil it for those of you who haven't ridden 13 yet. However, this I think will be different, and if they do decide to go with an Intamin multidimensional, similar to Studio Tour at Movie Park Germany, you've got Uncharted that recently opened in the last few months at Ventura. So you've got recent examples of this. However, this is the main reason why I've gone with this. Obviously, there is other reasons with the fact that it could work in the size of the building, whatever the theme is, you could get a nice theme with that there. And I think that, you know, this could be a very unique experience overall, especially if you differ it to 13. And this is the reason why I think it'll be different to 13. Intamin and Sally Dart Rides are collaborating to create brand new Dart Ride coaster elements. Now then, this includes a 360-degree turntable, a motion table, a free-fall drop with a fake-out drop option, a free-fall drop, direct drop option, bungee lift, combined free-fall drop and bungee lift, an edge lift, a teeter-totter, a rotating teeter-totter, side drop, and a switchback side drop, among, I'm sure, many other ideas as well. But those are the ones that were sort of released in this video along with Sally Dart Rides, so shout out to both Intamin and Sally Dart Rides for the video in question on your screen. And yeah, this is why I think it is, because I think this sort of Dart Ride concept that they've collaborated together with, I think that's a teaser as to what we could see inside the attraction. Now, of course, more will be released once we know more about the planning details, once we know more about, you know, the attraction itself in terms of the theme and what they're going for with this. We can kind of decide what kind of elements fit with the storyline of the ride. But I think that what we saw in that video from Intamin and Sally Dart Rides, I think shows what the attraction can do. So for me, I think this could be a perfect addition. It would be very different to 13 in terms of it's the same style roller coaster, but it's very different experiences. Obviously, one's mainly outdoors, and obviously has that the station and obviously the main kind of surprise element, shall we say, at the end of the ride. But you know, this will be a completely different coaster to 13. It's going to be fully indoors, unless we see, you know, concept arts come out from the park and we start seeing things sticking out like what we see with missions, Objective Mars, obviously Futuroscope in France. But until we see that, I think it's going to be a fully indoor roller coaster. We can see that already. It's going to be a fully indoor roller coaster. And I think this could be a wonderful attraction if they go with that. Now then, ride number 2, and this is the Straddle family launch coaster. So this will provide the park with another launch coaster. Obviously, you've got Rita at Alton Towers already in the Dark Forest. That's more of the thrill market, so I think a family launch coaster would be great. And this kind of rectifies an old planned concept. If any of you are not familiar with Alton Towers, basically, quite a few years ago now, it was during the days when Jewel was only a few years old. I think it was just before or just after Easter, there were plans to put like a family launch coaster in the woodland near Gloomy Wood, and the theme of the cars was like witches' brooms. So I think that, I do remember seeing that. Go and check out Towers Times or Attraction Source for like old planned concept rides. I think it is on there still. So I do remember looking at it years ago. So, shout out to them, by the way. But yeah, this kind of pays homage to that in a way, because it's a family launch coaster, and obviously the theme might not be the same. However, it pays homage to that old planned concept for Gloomy Wood years ago. So if they decide to go with the family launch straddle coaster type, this would be Europe's first straddle coaster, using Intamin state-of-the-art friction wheel drive system. 2 10-seater snowmobile-themed trains come in a side-by-side arrangement with 2 passengers per vehicle, in combination with the individual lap bar paired with foam seats. So that is what Dark Coaster uses at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, that's opening next year. I would expect similar, if not the same, for this one if they go with this. And again, they can use the Dart Ride elements combined together with Sally Dart Rides and the partnership with Intamin. Obviously, the difference here with the Multidimensional is you get a better variation of train to choose from. You've got, with that concept, you've got the ATV Adventure Train, which is 2 per car, open-air restraint design and ATV-style cars. You've got the MDC 3x2 cars, 6 per train and lap bar restraints. MDC 8-seater, 16-seater, 2x2 spinning cars, 12-seater wide cars, 12-seater long cars, each containing lap bar restraints or open air restraint designs. A couple of them, like the 3x2 MDC cars, the MDC 12-seater long cars as well. They're both kind of inversion capable, so if they were going to go with an inversion for this ride, then that would be the one to do it on. But overall, it'd be a unique addition. It would give Alton Towers a record, and I think it could be a wonderful addition to the park. So there we go. That is everything to do with Project Horizon as we know it so far at the Alton Towers Resort. I am so looking forward to this. I'm just on edge as to what this could be. And I'm really excited for the attraction's future. I'm really excited to find out what this is going to be. In terms of a theme, just to kind of wrap up the video, I feel like they could go with a spacey steampunk theme. I don't know how it would tie in with the Alton Towers dungeon next to it, with the Will David Williams next to it. So they have to be really, really, really clever in terms of how they're going to tie this into it. Personally, for me, I think long term, if you're going to build like a fence around the area and block off the World Day Williams and the Alton Towers dungeon, for me, I think long term, you would expand it into the dungeon area, into the Will David Williams area. I'm not too sure how long the IP would last on that area. However, if it's only a couple of more years or a few years, then obviously obviously as enthusiasts, we know we can wait. I think for now it will just be Project Horizon. However, I think there's room to expand the area. So they could go with a light steampunk theme. They could go with the similar theme to the dungeon, where it's like a family horror style area. But they have the Dark Forest, to be fair, so it really wouldn't make a lot of sense, in my personal opinion. So there's a few different things they could go for. They won't go for an IP. I think I know. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm very, very certain they won't go for an intellectual property. If you don't know what that is, CBeebies is a TV channel. That's an intellectual property. That's a licensed brand. Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom for another one. The dungeon's technically an intellectual property in a way, because it's their own standalone story attraction. Even though it's owned by the same company, it's an intellectual brand that's been brought into the park from the Midway attraction. So same with Sea Life, to be fair. Sharkbait Reef by Sea Life is technically an intellectual property attraction because Sea Life is a licensed brand, a licensed branding of promotion. So you bring an intellectual brand into the park, it's an IP. So you've got plenty of themes to choose from original wise. I really expect this to be original theme. And especially when you look at Million's investments over the last couple of years as well. You look at Croc Job, you look at, obviously the World of Jumanji is an exception. The Jumanji ride at Gardaland is an exception. You look at Hyperion though at Thorpe Park for next year. You look at the Nemesis refurbishment and the storyline going into there for next year at Alton Towers. So you've got original themes there, and I've got a gut feeling here they're going to go with the original theme for this one. I'm very, very open to be proved wrong if it is a new roller coaster. Very open to be proved wrong if it isn't. And I'm very excited to see what Project Horizon is going to be. I generally think this could be a fantastic, fantastic attraction. And I think that Alton Towers are onto an absolute winner with this one. Bianca Samut, the divisional director over at Alton Towers, and all the Alton Towers teams who's doing a fantastic job. Obviously, you know, Alton Towers over 2023 has had mixed reviews over the year. I think we can be fair to say it has had mixed reviews this year from the from customers, from guests, from enthusiasts, from everyone. Whether you're a paying customer, whether you're a theme park enthusiast, whether you're just a member of the general public for one day out, you know, it's had mixed reviews this year with the retro squad. I know some of the enthusiasts weren't too happy to see it back for a third year. Obviously, now is the right time to remove it. We know that certain rides like Galactica and Smiler need a full jet wash and a clean up in many, many places. I saw the pictures last week of the Smiler queue flooded. I'm not too sure why that happened, but hopefully the park can fix things like that. If you want me to be brutally honest, I'd like to see the return of the Towers Loving Care program, but not for like a 3-year period. I'd like to see the return of the Towers Loving Care program as like an ongoing thing. So it's like the branded refurbishment program over each winter period. So it allows Alton Towers from a social media standpoint to bring out winter update videos, see what they're doing to the rides, let them see the progress being made over like, I mean, they don't have to be long videos. They could be anywhere between, you know, 3 and 5 or 6 minutes. And it could be one video a week, just at the end of each week, just to show what the Towers Loving Care program is doing with areas around the park as they're refreshing them, refurbishing them, and things like that. We know originally that the Towers Loving Care program was originally a 3-year thing. Between the closure of the Flume after the Smiler incident and the Wicker Man opening, of course, Secret Weapon 7 at the time. Secret Weapon 8, sorry. And, you know, obviously it was originally a 3-year thing, sort of documenting what the park was going to do between then and there. But I'd like to see the TLC program brought back as like an ongoing thing now, where it's like you constantly do updates every single year. So maybe something the park can look into. But yeah, it's had mixed reviews, and hopefully with Nemesis opening next year, and now with Project Horizon in 2025, the park can build those positives back up again and just do it gradually, step by step, and work their way back up to becoming the UK's best theme park. They are still one of the UK's best theme parks, but of course there are still a few other theme parks out there in the UK that are really stepping up their game over the last few years. Paulton's Park being one of them. Thorpe Park with Hyperia is getting better and better. Chessington's been getting better as well. Drayton Manor under the Looping Group has been a very underrated park in the UK theme park industry at the moment. So, you know, Alton Towers are going to have to work quite hard to get back to being the number one, but they're still one of the best. But there we go, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, and for now, I am the CHALL. Ta-ra for now.